Yeah, the other day I was talking about this. I finally got what I needed over the weekend. You know, I went to the casino, put 50 cents in a video slot machine, and got funding enough to run this year. So, yeah. Over the weekend, I got everything taken care of I needed to. So this is going to be going to the shop to get fixed now. Hopefully the guy will get it picked up maybe this weekend. It's still going to be probably a month before he can work on it because it's that time of year everybody wants their stuff done. But it is what it is. It's going to get fixed. And I was telling about it cost me $7,000 to overhaul this tractor. Now I remember what all it was. It was going to be a $5,000 in-frame overhaul, which is going to be sleeves, pistons, and all that. And the kit that they put in it has misters that blow oil under the pistons, and they needed a bigger or a higher pressure oil pump, which I was fine with because it sat over the winter with water in the crankcase. But my $5,000 in-frame overhaul became a $7,000 out-of-frame because they found scoring on the crankshaft. So they had to send that off to be turned, so that's where the other extra money came into, and then that's where he decided it'd be a good idea to put rebuild injectors in it. So that's why the overhaul got so much on this tractor. But I'm going to talk about something else. I got a video I made picking up hay. I got a comment, and I don't know what's going on here. The guy made a comment. It's showing up in my inbox under my notifications, but it's not showing up in the video. And it basically was, so is this successful farming? That hay wouldn't even be fit for bedding on my farm. I'd burn it. Well, yeah, I'd say it's successful farming because, yeah, stuff happens. Well, this hay I baled up just for bedding. It was stemmy, made late, or it was weedy. There's no reason why it can't be bedding. Yeah, these bales they're not really mucky. I mean, they're rotting down. I mean, they've been sitting on the ground. Like a good 12 inches, that bale's rotted away. But, they say, I run it through the bale chopper, and this is what I get. You can't tell any difference in this. I mean, it's not going to show up very good, but it's got a nice green color, fairly green color to it. The only problem is it's got a smell to it. You know, it's got that musty, mucky smell. It ain't as bad after you chop it. I mean, I put it in the stalls in the barn there, and you know, I'll bet them 6, 8, 10 inches deep. I just dump it in there, pile it up. I mean, I got so much of this hay around here that, and you know, they pick through it. They'll eat some of it, and the rest will go for bedding. And so, like I say, what am I going to do? Am I going to burn that? What do you gain? All you're doing is putting a bunch of CO2 in the air, creating greenhouse gases, and no other benefit from it. Now, I bet it, cows will pick through it, and one thing I need the bedding for too is the amount of bedding, so it'll stack in here. You know, I can't use sand bedding because it's just slurry. Sawdust. You realize how much, last I knew, a semi-load of sawdust was over $1,000. How long do you think a load of sawdust is going to last in there? And it ain't going to stack that well in here. Straw. A lot of people, you can't get straw from anymore. You know, I mean, I used to grow enough straw for in the bedding in the barns, but it's like everything else. A lot of my fields are small. You see in the driveway, I had to go up in that field. I got 2 other places where driveways are just as bad. Yeah, you could get a Gleaner E combine up in there, but who has them anymore? That's what it used to be. Guys used to have 13-foot heads and small combines. Now my neighbor down here, he's got a 2388 International with a 25-foot grain head. And look at the driveway where I had to turn to go in there around that junk and stuff. You just can't get a combine in them anymore. Nobody wants a monkey. You know, a lot of my fields probably average 4 or 5 acres. Nobody wants to monkey that when they got 150, 200 acres of their own to go. So, and like I say, Wouldn't it be better to bed this junk out, even if I did have straw? People will pay, you know, a bale of straw like that's probably worth 20 or 30 bucks. I'd rather have the money. This is no problem. So, and like I say, and it's more of a benefit back in the ground. Now in here, it's not going to happen as much because this is a lot wetter, but it'll actually compost down at a point, you know, it starts drying out some. So, but like I say, it's more benefit to put that back on the ground than to burn it. And like I say, I mean, I don't know if the person will ever see this comment or not. I mean, it was a type of comment, I think, you know, some people will get a comment like that and think people are trying to pick on them, tell them what to do and stuff. Well, like I say, everybody does their things different. If you want to burn it, go right ahead. I mean, I got enough. I probably should burn some of it or chop it up. I mean, I'd run it through the bale chopper and just let it rot down some in the pile for a year or so and then bed it out. But, yeah, I mean, I ain't upset about what the person says. I mean, everybody has their opinion, but I just don't get why this isn't good enough for bedding. Keeps the cows warm and dry in the winter, soaks up moisture. Like I say, it saves me hassle here where I can actually stack manure. They say sand or sawdust. I'm hauling manure every day because, you know, you can maybe hold a week in here before it gets in the road. And like I say, I go through a lot of bedding. Right there's 6 bales. That's usually what I chop in a week. In the wintertime. Now, summertime, 6 bales might last 2 weeks because they'll be going out to pasture here probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And so I won't be using as much bedding because they'll stay outside more. They can come in and go in and out of the barn as they want. I open up that lane there. They want to go outside, they go outside. They want us to lay in the barn, they lay in the barn. But like these bales here, I use this as a retaining wall to hold this in here. This here is alfalfa that the neighbor down the road here, like I say, with my rain we had last year, he didn't get this cut until, it was mid-June. So I mean, it was stemmy. He said it was too stemmy even to feed his beef cows. He had it mowed, he raked it. He says, you want it? Bale it up and get it off the field. As long as I got off the field before the regrowth came back and I was running too much of it down to get it off, he says, you can have it. I got 56 bales off that field. And that's 56 bales of bedding for nothing. You know, and yeah, like I say, if you look at this, probably some of this was some good hay, but like I say, some of that I could put in the pasture and they could pick through it. But right now with cows in the barn, I actually put the bales in the barn. I got to roll them in there and flip them up on end. So you can't move these in the barn. But I take off the outside, I have piles of hay in it. I mean, it's more of a hassle to try to feed this in the barn than what it's worth. And then, like I say, why I went to get this hay is because these bales are like this. To get much more, they're going to be rotted away to the point I can't load them. So I'd rather haul these up now and chop them, even if they are a little bit better hay, and let the bales that are still solid sit outside for a while until I can get them stacked up. I mean, in the wintertime or over the summer, I'll get this cleaned out. This is going to be stacked all the way down with bales. That's what I went through this winter. I had 3 rows from the wall, 1 row, 2 rows, and then the top row was 2 bales on top. It is around, I think I had like 118 bales in here the one year. Last year I didn't put as many bales in here because that's the other problem. When I start bedding in the winter, that's what I do. I'll stack the manure down there and chop the bales as I come back. And then it gets to a point where I'm stacking manure faster than when I'm using the bedding. So I might take some and set them outside there so they're out of the road. But I try to get enough stacked in here when it's dry so I don't have a problem getting the twine off the bales. Because if they're damp and you put them in here and they freeze, it's a miserable mess to get the twine off. But so that's why some sits out longer And why, you know, I try to stack the better stuff in here for the winter, and then this is what I use over the summer. Try to use it up. And like I say, I mean, I got enough bedding. I'll show you here in a minute. Over there, by the bagger, the glare's gonna be on or not. There's a bunch of bales rode up, probably about half what I normally stack over there. I got probably 60 or so bales left in the field up here at the farm, and this is a bale that I made last year. This one I made specific, so if I needed hay in the old barn or something to bed, this one I took the disc bind and mowed it up high and then down to ground level like it was run through the combine. So it's cut on half, so it's something that you can shake out easier in the barn. Don't have, because a lot of this stuff is got canary grass in it, and you get that long stemmy canary grass, you can't shake it out. And that's my baler. Yeah, it sits outside. I bought that baler in '94. It still runs. And then across the road there, I got, that's the bale's running lengthwise towards the woods. That's all that alfalfa. And then the ones over here by the tree line, there's a bunch of other ones I set in there to have extra around here. You know, there's probably 60 bales or so over there. And like I say, down to my cousins, I still got at least 100 bales out in the field there yet, but some of that is good feed. And I'm going to show you some more bedding here in a second. Right there's a pile of hay. That was baled up for, it would have been feedable, but I put an older tarp on it. Ended up getting, well, it's been there for 2-3 years too. Got pinholes in it. And the tarp blew off several times over the winter, because I had cheap twine or cheap rope that I used to fasten that down with. So a lot of them, that's all. They say it's stuff that could be bedding or could have been fed. Now right there's a bunch. I mean, I'm gonna end up chopping them up just to rot. Not much I can do with them bales. They've been there for a while. Now that short pile there, that's all the good hay I have left. This was bedding hay I put up specifically. There's another one. Some of that might be fed, but like I say, the tarp just got bad and it doesn't hold, or got moisture underneath it. So like I say, the hay stinks. But so all that's going to be bedding. But I'll show you one more other thing people think I'm nuts about. And this is the other benefit of all that bedding. Now this barn here, Peppers, I end up bedding. They usually have enough wasted hay that I bed them with. I don't use much actual bales of bedding in here. But this, and I say, I have this mainly because last year weather was so bad, couldn't do much. But also I'm myself. Nobody wants to help do anything anymore. And it's about 3 years right here. I'm pretty much, yeah, about here. I'm in the middle. And this is all built with a wheelbarrow, about 99% of it. Yeah, I do bring some stuff over here from the one smaller calf barn and dump it off if I can't get out in the fields over the winter time, because I don't have no place to stack it there. So I either haul it out or I'll actually back into that building down there and stack it off. But yeah, this is all with a wheelbarrow. You get this stuff back here, closest to the barn. It's probably been 10 or 12 years since I've gotten any of this cleaned out back here, but it makes the ramps for start my ramps. And it doesn't go to waste. In fact, I gotta haul this to my cousins. This is some stuff that's been here probably 5-6 years. You want some of that for your garden? It'll compost down. It makes good nutrients. So they say I don't understand the theory of just burning it and then going out and buying bedding. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit mucky. I mean, it's dry enough to use in a barn. Once you chop it off, you don't even know it. Yeah, I got a cousin. He wants as much of this as I can haul to him. Like, problem is, like I said, I got to skim this upper layer off with all the grass in it. But yeah, all that black dirt, that's all compost. Like I say, I know probably all you see the same channel. One lonely farmer, he makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a year off old rotted hay, stemmy hay, stuff that's no good. He's baling stuff right now that's all dead ripe. What I have in the field down here, and he's selling it to mushroom barns. It has value. So, like I say, I just don't understand. I mean, that's fine if that's the way you want to do it. If you like having all that nice yellow straw or sawdust and make everything look pretty, that's fine. But to say it's not even good enough for bedding and you wouldn't even use it, that's your choice. But yeah, there's value to it. And like I say, I mean, if I had to buy sawdust, you know how many I'd be buying minimum 6 or 7 semi-loads a year. And like I say, you can't stack it. So I don't know if that person will ever see this video. It was, like I say, it was a type of comment. I don't know if he was actually trolling me, because I make some comments on other channels and they're out protecting their friends to be back, you know, get me back. You know, it's, as I say, it's your opinion. And I say, I'm just answering it. That's the way it works for me. You know, some people take offense when somebody tries to tell them what to do, but hey, it's my situation. And I say, you're going to probably tell me I'm crazy for doing this. But the barn is not designed to put a barn cleaner in. At my age, I'm not going to modify anything. You know, it's getting to the point I might end up just selling all the heifers, just concentrate on the milk cows, because this is a pain in the ass. I can't get anybody else to do that. My brothers won't help do it. I don't have no kids. You know, no. I can't even afford to hire Mexicans. And I doubt if they'd even do this work. They say the Mexicans will do work that nobody else will, but I doubt they're going to do that. So, but it's my situation. This is what works for me. And so be it. But like I said, I just don't understand why that comment shows up in my inbox on my notifications, but it's not showing up on the video. I don't know if they posted it and then deleted it. But like I said, I thought I'd just answer that portion of it, and I'll leave it at that. So thanks for watching, and I hope the wind noise wasn't too bad on this. None of these videos ain't that quality, but I appreciate the people that watch. I appreciate that person that left the comment. But they're going to be amateur videos. You know, maybe if I make it up to 100 subscribers or something, maybe I'll look into do something a little bit different. But this is what I'm going to be doing. Post a few things about the way I do things. There's more ways to do things than just have all the tractors that have auto steer and GPS and 20 guys doing all the work for you. You know, some people still do it. I mean, Amish are praised for doing it this way, their hard work and their simple way of life. You know, some people do it because they don't have any other choice too. But, so, again, thanks for watching, and give it a thumbs up, thumbs down. Like I said, I think that guy gave me a thumbs down, but so be it. It's just traffic. Maybe it'll help build the channel some, and I'll just make more of them. You know, like I say, if you got a question or make a comment like that, I'll answer it if I can. I mean, I was going to answer it by, but like I said, the comment wouldn't come up on the video, so I'll do it this way and leave it at that. So I'll talk to you later.